Okay, we'll let you go.
Dad moved toward growing grass seed here. When us boys matured into our 20s, he wanted to incorporate us into the operation. And a lot of the ground was leased, and at that time he gave the doctors who owned it wanted to sell it, and he gave us boys the chance to buy it from the doctors rather than himself. My brothers Wayne and Doug at that time. And we tried raising wheat and peas and barley also, but we found our best crop here was bluegrass seed. It was very acceptable to grow bluegrass here at that time. Bluegrass seed required burning. It was not that objectionable at first. As the years went by, the fellow who owns the resort and the local paper kind of got pretty hard on us about grass seed burning, grass field burning. And pressure increased, it became a more difficult crop to grow because of that. All the roads out here at that time were either dirt or gravel, they weren't paved. Burning next to a road is always hazardous because of the smoke, but they weren't very traveled. And you can see by the traffic now, we could never burn next to one of these roads now. They're as busy as a lot of highways here in Idaho.
So when we first moved back, we weren't really sure which way we were going to go, more towards the domestic side or try to hit the export market, because we're kind of close enough you can kind of hit that. We kind of saw the export market as more of a bit of a roller coaster ride. The prices they fluctuate a lot more. So we kind of geared our source more towards the domestic side, started selling regular, just traditional 2-tie bales, and a big part of our operation was delivering that, and we'd use a hay squeeze, and they call it a conversion squeeze, so it's on a truck so you could drive around easy, and we'd go around delivering to people's places. Well, we found the truck squeeze like that is large, takes up a lot of room. So when we kind of thought we might wind up buying more hay and trying to sell it, if we run out of farm ground, small bale market is a shrinking market, so it's getting kind of tough to find quality small bales. So that was kind of the driver for the hay press, was the ability to convert a large bale into small bales. And so now everything we put up on our farm is in large square bales, and then we'll process it down. And then the other nice part about these smaller bales is they come off wrapped in pallet size bundles. Well, we can use a smaller forklift to be able to deliver now. It just gets into a lot tighter places on our delivery side, going into people's barns and whatnot. They're 16 by 18, 20, 22 inches long, and they'll weigh about 50 pounds. Yeah, is what we shoot for.
This summer, Savannah, who you met a few minutes ago, she rode in the swather with me, taught her to drive it. There's a high-end jet port at Coeur d'Alene Airport. We were swathing right near it one day, and a man and his son were walking along the road, and they flagged. I'd gotten out of the swather and Savannah was running it without me. I wanted to mark something that I didn't want to hit in the field. I wanted to make sure I found it before we got to it with the swather. But the guy starts talking to me, and his son's 10. I say, oh, my 11-year-old granddaughter's running the thing. Would you like to ride? And the guy could not believe that an 11-year-old was running the machine. he couldn't believe that an 11-year-old would be that responsible is kind of the way I took that. But he was from Los Angeles, and he was waiting on somebody at the jet port. His son called in with Savannah and rode a couple rounds, and seemed to enjoy it. I think that environment does make a big difference. Just the idea that kids shouldn't work until they're 16 is kind of a silly idea. Kids need responsibilities much younger than that. It's just better for them.
You know, the biggest thing to me is just the work ethic. I mean, I see a lot of people, you know, they put in their hours and they're gone, you know, just leave the job. And, you know, growing up farming, that's not the way we work. It's you stay there until the job's done and then you go home. So I'd say that's the biggest one for me seeing is you know, you get these people who, yeah, just want to get their paycheck and bolt but yeah, I like what my dad was saying, you know, the more responsibility. I think it's great they kind of learn a little responsibility, you know, work ethic at little bits at a time as they're growing up, because otherwise, you know, they don't do anything till they're 18, slam the door, they're out of the house. I don't think that works anymore, and so it's just getting them ready for life is what it looks like to me.
That it's not as lucrative as they may perceive. They see big, nice equipment, but in order to farm a big piece of ground, you need pretty good equipment.
I was smirking because the farm to table this year, we were doing the hay there, and yeah, I think we at least got 4 or 5 questions a day. Are you rich, or how much money do you make? You know, it's and that's just, you know, yeah, farming, you have to have a huge asset base to keep a farm going, and it's really not about the dollars at the end of the day. It's more about what's the value you have in your equipment and in the land. And so it's a lot different thinking than just cash, but